meaning nox is Latin for night, black. It is the night that's ruling. So I'm asking all of you, when we have this one coming up, it's either March 20th or 21st, call it IQS DS. Now we'll have the light. DS is light. Didn't God say, and the day I call light, and the night I call darkness? Didn't it? Yeah. So, we have now in our heart 4 chambers. And the apex of it has invaded the left field. It belongs directly in the center, in the mediastinum. Because right now it's only partially in the center, and it is called the mediastinus, meaning a dredge or a slave. Same thing. See, these words are very, very precise, but you got to work at them until you find their meanings. Mediastinus, that is where the Romans called it. Not mediastinum. It was these anatomists later on that said mediastinum. I'm glad they did to make us recognize what we have today is not normal. It's a winter. So when the heart starts to contract, and it is directly in the center, then we can say we're in our mediastinum. Then we can say the heart is the core, the center of all things. Then we can say that within that heart there's an organization. And within that organization there is something that makes us aware. Is it the eyes? No. Is it the ears? No. There is something else. Something else. The nose. Nose breathes in, breathes out. Lets the air in and lets it out. And it is the nose that knows. Sure, the eyes see, but if a woman put a nose to inform the eyes what it's looking at, the eyes would be blank. They wouldn't know. And the thing to do is to become aware. And we can become aware only through the nose. See? And this is why we have colds. And we say, my nose is running. Well, if it's running, run after it and stop it. Catch it and let it stop running. Stop going around from place to place. You belong inside of you. And if you can't correct the inside, then we can't correct anything out here. This is how crucial this is going to be. Now, since the heart is in the place that it is, it makes the digestive system work the way it works. our digestive system doesn't break down our foods completely. It breaks them down into fatty acids, proteins, and starches. And since it does, from where does that oil come from in earth? Because it's only an image of what we are. Oil comes because it is in us. But when the day comes and we change to the new, there'll be no oil in us. And these sheiks and these guys that think they control the world because they have power or force. And when that gate or valve is open and nothing comes out, oh, what a surprise they'll have, huh? You know, there's a lot of arguments about oil, how it is produced. Some people think it is fossil. That is, bodies die and they leave out the oil, and some call it abiogenesis, meaning it is done without life. Well, both the abiogenesis have a better idea, but it's biogenesis through the human. We are responsible for that oil in the veins of Mother Earth. No one else. This is how important we are. Well, we're different. There's no question about it. So, will our hearts remain 4 chambers, or will it revert back to 3 chambers? It will. Because when that guy was on the cross and he fell down and he said, "It is finished," what's the next passage? And the curtain in the temple rent it into 2. That means that foramen or valley that closes up when a child is born will remain open. And only the blood for the flesh will go through our system and actually the muscles of our face, and only the milk will rise to the top. There'll be no blood in the brain. So far. Now you know why we have strokes. Do not put new wine into old bags. And this blood is very new, high in frequency, and the vessels up here have all to do to maintain it. And this is why we build plaque and so forth and so on. So Jesus the Christ, they call him Jesus Christ, that's wrong. Jesus the Christ. Christ is Greek for he who has risen, the anointed one. Anoint. Isn't that fat? Isn't that milk? Isn't that rising? They're looking to decode the Bible. This is how you decode it. Boy, I'm telling you.